All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into the game festivities, we'd like to honor some of the second-year players that came back to play with the Kings this year. Through their playing time, I've had the honor of calling their names. I look forward to calling their names a few more times before the season ends, but this is their last regular season game, and they're honoring their mothers and fathers. First off, we'd like to introduce second-year player on defense number 8, Jake O'Neill. Number 12, Ben Frazier. The man between the pipes, number 31, Joseph Saunders. Number 77, Jaden Weston. Team leading scorer with 17 goals on the season. Your team captain, number 91, Jordan Chapman. And number 93, Matthew Thompson. Congratulations to those young lads for their career at the U16 AAA for your Kings Hockey Club.
And there we are. Welcome, everyone. We can't believe it. The last home game for the Kings Hockey Club here for the U16 regular season. They'll finish off, of course, on the road tomorrow up in West Hants against the Highlanders. They welcome the Moncton Thunderbirds in town, who a tough schedule. Just played last night up in Truro, tonight here in Sackville. Then you got to go over to PEI tomorrow to take on the Dukes to finish off their season with playoffs starting next week. Mike Elliott here, High Button Sports. We're excited for this one here, as this should be a good one. A little bit of a lengthy delay if you had a nice little presentation to get this thing started. As we bring everybody here to center ice, of course, the Kings honoring their overagers, and there's one of them trying to break right in as we get this thing started, but couldn't quite get that shot on goal. As you might have heard the starting goaltenders, we got number 31, Blake Gallant, between the pipes for the Thunderbirds, are wearing their reds here this afternoon. 200 feet across from him as the puck comes right close behind his crease. It's going to be number 72, George Meneminick. And here comes the Kings looking to clear out. That puck's going to not quite hit the intended target, and we're going to get a race for it. But getting down there first is going to be the Thunderbird Sieves, and icing will be the call. We get a quick whistle here to start this one this afternoon. Kind of a dreary, drizzly day outside here in downtown Lower Sackville. We're at the arena. I expect the game to be a lot warmer inside than it is outside, but spring is right around the corner, and we're looking forward to it. On this draw, Thunderbirds control. There's a quick shot. That just missed by much. Looked like it might have been redirected. Just went wide on the far side. Golden opportunity there for the Thunderbirds, but here comes the Kings. And it's their captain, Jackman. She tries to go 1-on-3. Can't quite get a shot off. Sets up in the corner, goes back to the blue line. There's a quick shot. There's a high riser, and it goes well up and high. It looked like it was deflected. And it goes up to the netting end of play, forcing another face-off. This time it'll be in the Thunderbird zone. Thunderbirds coming in 12th place here in the U16 league, but they'll play the Vitoes. It's already set up for their provincial playdowns, obviously just with the two teams, so they'll start that up next weekend. Kings still battling for positioning. They're sitting in 6th right now with 44 points, with two big games this weekend as they battle for positioning. I think the Highlanders might have first already all wrapped up. But some important games this weekend as we see who's going to play who in the Nova Scotia League. Of course, PEI will play each other with the Dukes and Rebels. And everybody trying to get their spot here in the Maritimes just a few weeks away. There's a shot from the blue line that got through, and Minahinek made this save. Didn't know where the rebound was, but the Kings able to clear it out. Here's Lemoyne. Lemoyne's cross ice. Connects here with Romaine. Romaine brings it inside. He takes a long shot. This time it's on target, but it's right in the glove of Gallant. He's going to hold on and make this save. Should point out as well today for the Thunderbirds, a little bit of a short staff, and a couple of them are wearing jerseys that they're the affiliate player, but they're wearing the jersey of the full-time player. So if I say a couple incorrect names, just give me some time to get them correct as we get things going. And here's the Kings with the draw. Weston is going to fire one through, but we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get our first penalty of the game. It's going to go against the Kings. A battle in front, and it's going to be number 9, Landon Cope, heading to the box. I believe head contact is going to be the call. Now to see if it's 2 or 4. So just with a minute 35 gone here in the first period. First power play opportunity going to the Thunderbirds, and 2 minutes is up on the clock. So Cope's going to serve 2 or less. Head contact's the call. They try to get them on the draw there. A little quick with the trigger. Now they finally drop the puck and trying to pull one right towards the goal. Doesn't quite make it through. Now they come out of the corner with another backhand chance. Got it on target. Minahick able to hold his post and hold his positioning, make the save. King's able to clear it out. Gallant comes down his own, out of his crease, trying to stop that up. Here's the penalty announcement. As usually every time our announcer, Wade, gets on, I try not to talk over him. He's quite loud as it is. So when he talks, I try not to. If you hear me get quiet, that's usually the case. That puck pops just outside the line. Thunderbirds had to reset. Now they set up the collision on that far side as Slavuta was going to the bench. He got all tied up with a Thunderbird player. He gets up, though, and gets it. The puck, hands it off. Looking to set down it, walking top of the circle. There's a shot, doesn't quite get through. It's fired that one on goal with Thiemer, though. Kings look to clear. They chip it out. It was Chisholm. So we're down to a minute to go here in the power play. Thunderbirds from deep inside their own zone. Look up through the middle of the ice now. Picked up by Mazzaroli. It gets up to Thibault. He puts it down deep. Amiro, he finds a loose puck. He's going to hammer that down the length of the ice. It's one of the second-year players for the Kings, playing in their last regular season home game here. So I'll get to most of them as they bring it quickly back up the other way. Inside the line now. Trying to dance his way through. Looking for some room. Couldn't quite get it all the way through there was Learmouth. Now Jacqueline will look to clear. With 15 seconds to go, the Thunderbirds had to go quick here. They want to take advantage of the rest of this power play. A little confusion right beside the goal as Gallant came out to leave it, and they got tied up. And one of the other overagers, Thompson for the Kings, didn't realize the puck was loose as the penalized players now out of the box. Now back to 5-on-5, even strength. Thunderbirds have it behind their own goal. Looks up for the stretch pass. Amiro almost stepped up to pick that up, but it goes the length of the ice. And it was touched up, no icing. And Thunderbirds looking for a loose puck, trying to come out front. Frazier, another one of those second-year players, playing his last regular season game, trying to get a step. Frazier with a shot there on the far side, and a hard one as well. Now pass out front, comes all the way to the blue lines. Romaine just fresh off the bench. Should give a special shout out to Ben Frazier's sister as well. I know Olivia is taking in this game. She's away at school, but hopefully enjoying the broadcast as Fortin tries to dance to D. Can't bring the puck with him. It's chipped up. Comes outside. That's going to be hammered right back in. Right on target, but Thunderbirds are making a change. Opportunity here now for the Kings. They're going to leave it and start to work their way up ice. Here's Romaine behind his own goal. He's going to hand up and didn't have his stick. There was Glover as he just came off the bench. Lucky for the Kings, he's able to fit it back up and pick up a loose puck and move it up. And they put it in deep as Grancelli gives chase. Gives his player a bump, looking for a loose puck in behind. Looks like somebody loses and lost a net guard as well on the ice. Thunderbirds able to clear it. Glover, last player back, hands over to Romaine. Chipped up off the boards. Grancelli trying to move it up there to Lemoyne. Couldn't quite get it by the defender. Now Glover will reset in his own zone. He moves it up here as LeBlanc chips it inside the zone. That's going to be picked up down deep by Mazzaroli. He tries to spin away from a check. Spins back in the corner. Putting the Kings in the spin cycle. Now moving it out top. But nobody home with Lemoyne. Threw a pass up through the middle. Kings will have to tag up. This shot came right in on Gallant. Picked up now. They look up ice. There's a pass. Trying to go cross ice. Went off the skate of Lemoyne. Thunderbirds will try the other side now. Lemoyne, he's looking for a loose puck. He's going to go back to the blue line with it. Weston. Another one of those second-year players. The Kings have a lot of them. They have a couple with some good birthdays. So shot on that far side from Lemoyne. Doesn't quite get through. Back to the blue line. That's going to be kicked in by Weston. Picked up now by Vagan, who moves it over. Down deep. Neufeld tried to go in front with it. That puck and rebounds cleared out as Weston brings it back in his own zone. Going to hand off to Glover. Glover gets it back and almost a chance there as Matthews is right in the area. Almost picked off an errant pass. But the Kings put in deep. And had to be careful there. The Kings are making a change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good call. As the King is going to get caught with too many players on the ice, and you get counted pretty easy. The fans picked it up pretty quick on this side, and the referee notices as well. So with 13:44 remaining here, first period, the scoreless hockey game. Thunderbirds got to get their second power play of the afternoon. Shots now 5-3 in favor of the Kings, but the Thunderbirds will have another power play. And serving the bench minor is going to be number 37, Nash Neufeld. So they go from having too many players to not enough, but they get a late change in. And the face-off in the skates. Both teams looking for it. Weston picks up for the Kings. He looks up ice. And then trying to connect here with Chisholm. Now Gallant going to come way out. He's going to hammer a pass out as Chisholm almost had a shorthanded break. Now the Thunderbirds from behind their own goal start to look up ice. Pass far side. That goes off the blade, but up ahead They chip it in, putting the brakes on the far side. There's Mazzaroli. Comes up here to Blyce. He moves it over. Crisscross pass. That was taking a shot, and there's a shot. Rebound! And he couldn't quite get a stick on it. Minahick came over, got a big piece of it, but it looked like an open net. Couldn't quite put that home. Now Jackman with some speed here, short-handed. He looks to put it back in deep. That pass is picked up by Theo. He looks to bring his way through. He tries to pull his way all the way through. Gets stood up there, even though Corcoran took the worst of it. Thunder players lost the puck. Jackman skates out, puts it in deep. 55 seconds remaining here on the power play. Off the boards, an errant pass. Picked off here by Corcoran. Corcoran thought about skating in. Now he's going to bring it back. Look to kill some more time off. Hands it off to Amiro. Amiro, he tries to put it up, but Thompson was yelling for it up at the blue line. Amiro elects to put it in deep. And the Thunderbirds, 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Crisscross pass to the far side now. Looking for some room as he hit the red line, dumps it in deep. Corcoran trying to get back there for the Kings. He looks to skate away from O'Connor. O'Connor takes his player down. They're looking for a loose puck in behind the goal. Pokes out. Chance here for the Thunderbirds. Looking to walk out inside the circle. Going to elect to go back here to the blue line. And that's going to be Landry, who's wearing Price, is what I'm being told. Put that shot on goal. Kings pick up a loose puck. They send it down. That should pretty well do it for the power play. Only 4 seconds remaining. As a penalized player gets ready to step on the ice, Thunderbirds will bring it back up. Here comes Learmouth. He brings it inside the zone. Chips it back here to the blue line. Pass over the far side. Looking towards the goal. Looking for deflection. That goes just wide. Kept in again here by Landry. Loose puck down by those Zamboni doors. Thunderbirds have it. Fires one towards the goal. Blocked in front. Picked up. Spinning. Turning. And another stave as Minahick getting some tests here as we get to the mid stages of the first period. Now on the far side. They rim it around from corner to corner. Thunderbirds trying to get there first. Learmouth gets some help from O'Connor. They put it in deep. Romaine goes high off the glass. Takes a little bit of a funny bounce. Now it's going to be picked up by Frazier. Frazier crisscross pass. Trying to go on the stick there. Grancelli, who is trying to get a step. He gets forced back. Minahick out to play it. Back to pick it up now. Romaine. Cade Romaine looking for some real estate. He brings it up through the neutral zone. He's going to flick a high one in deep as he gives chase. He goes to corner, just avoids a check, is looking to set him up in the reverse check. There was Blaze. Now the Thunderbirds trying to clear. Goes off his stick. Along the boards now. Looking to skate up, but they look up ice. Put a couple moves on. Looking for a skate here. Bring it inside the zone now is Crucelli. As the Thunderbirds with all kinds of affiliate players here as they're just coming off the March break in New Brunswick, where of course Nova Scotia's March break will be next week. Next week coming, like the 13th, I think it is. Either way, we get the halfway mark here in the first period. A little D-to-D pass inside their own zone. They do clear it out, trying to chip one up ahead as the player lost a tire there as Weston went down, but he's able to get back up, force the Thunderbirds back towards their own line. Now it's dumped in deep by Cicerelli, who takes a big bump from Glover. Now loose puck down in the opposite corner. Comes in behind the goal. Picked up by Weston, who looks up ice. He goes cross here, trying to go skate to stick. Is Salvuta. He's inside the line. He walks over. He fires a shot. That's going to be deflected, go wide. As Gallant, I haven't seen much action here in the last little bit. Might see some, there's a chance from the blue line with a deflection. And it gets deflected, but it goes way up above the glass, up to the netting, and end of play. 9:23 remaining here in the first period. Scoreless hockey game. As we mentioned, tomorrow, both these teams will play the last games of the regular season. Kings up in downtown Windsor, Nova Scotia from West Hands taking on the Highlanders. And the Dukes will finish their crazy road trip here with games in Truro, Sackville, and now over in Prince Edward Island tomorrow to take on the Dukes. Kings keep it in. Here's Weston from the blue line. Fire shot through. Rebound. Safuta. And what a save. Sliding over with that left pad and somehow keeping that out with Gallant. But the Kings thought they had one there for sure as Weston's able to keep it in at the blue line, but the backhand is going to be up. We got that short glass here at the old barn here at the Sackville Arena right along the stands. It's the tall glass in the corners, but short along the viewing seats. And a lot of pucks go up into the netting just like that one. As we were about 9 minutes ago here in the first. Shots now 8-7 in favor of the Kings. Great crowd here. I'd like to see the Moncton fans have come down for the trip. And, of course, the Kings on the opposite side. The Kings on the visiting bench as their dressing room is over that side. So it always makes a little confusion. And sometimes if teams coming to the old barn to see the Kings on the visiting side as Amiro walks in. Amiro trying to dance his way through. Amiro still with it. Fakes out front, looking for the wraparound. Couldn't quite get it out front. And the Thunderbirds chip it out. This one shouldn't make it far enough for icing. As back to pick it up is Corkum. Corkum takes it behind his own goal. He's going to reverse it, and then Amiro spins out, looking back for the puck. I should say thanks to Amiro's sister, who brought me a cookie before the game, which greatly appreciated. Anytime people want to bring gifts up to the booth, we'll say thank you. And, of course, Joseph Saunders' mom and dad for giving me a nice card, and his sister brought out to me. He's suspended, unfortunately, due to an incident there at the end of the Buccaneers game last weekend. He's got to sit out 3 games, which the Kings will be hurtful for, but there's a deflection in front. Gallant down, breaking away the puck, and somehow laying on his back, he's able to keep it underneath him and keep that puck out. As I just talked about one goaltender from the one team who's not playing this season, but right now Gallant doing his job for the Thunderbirds. That puck was bouncing around in the blue paint, but he's able to sit down and lay back and make sure it stays out and force a face-off here 8 minutes ago here in the first period. Face-off controlled by the Kings. Back here at the blue line. Glover looks to put it down deep in the corner. Lively trying to find some room. He puts it in behind here for Thompson. Thompson trying to come up front. Lemoyne spinning a turn. He scores! One of those ones along the ice. He kind of fanned on it. And I think that might have fooled Gallant. Either way, they don't ask how. They just ask how many. And number 92, Ethan Lemoyne, gets the Kings on the board first. It's 1-0. The pass out front. Lemoyne gets a stick on it, fires one towards the goal. And like I said, it looked like his either was obstructed when he took the shot or was a little bit redirected, but he definitely didn't get the shot he was looking for, but he'll take it as it lands in behind the net. It goes along the ice through the wickets. And the Kings get on the board first, and now they're looking for more as they put the puck in deep to the far side now. Looking to step up, trying to hold the line. There's Romaine. As Lively went for the big hit. Now maybe a chance here, trying to get a step, trying to step up, little move inside the blue line and firing a shot at the high shot. As Cicerelli fired that one towards the goal. Would have been a pretty one. As we listen for the goal announcement. Thompson with the assist marker there on Lemoyne's goal. 15th of the season. Now Frazier alone, and he gets a chance. It's in tight, and another big save there from Gallant. As they're announcing the goal announcement, Ben Frazier with a golden opportunity as he's right in by the hash marks and fires one, but can't get by the glove of Gallant. Face-off will come glove side of the Moncton goaltender. And it's picked up by the Thunderbirds. They look to flick a alley-oop pass up over. That's going to be gloved down by Romaine and puts it right back in. There's a crisscross pass right dangerously in front of his own goal, but they chip it along the boards. Now Romaine chipping in front of the blue line, fires one towards the goaltender, and he gets a paddle on that one as Gallant puts that up into the netting on a play. Another face-off will stay inside the Thunderbird zone. Should take this opportunity as well in the break to thank everybody for listening to me rant and rave all season long here for the Kings, as this being the last game of the regular season. Might be the last game I get the call from the Kings this year. Hopefully will be some more, but of course I do lots of games with my own YouTube channel, and of course tons here with High Button as they allow me to continue to call some games and have some fun. As that another puck deflected up to the netting on the play. I appreciate everybody again from myself, and of course everybody at High Button Sports. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. And make sure you do check out the High Button channel, because there's great games between U15, U18, and of course here with the U16 League with playoffs starting next weekend. As we're just having a fury of whistles here in the last few moments. There's another one that's deflected and goes up into the ceiling here of the old barn. We'll continue the face-off down low. About 6.5 remaining here now in the first. This face-off picked up by the Thunderbirds as they look to skate out. Trying to find some room here just below us. Bringing it inside the line. Here's Cousins. Cousins loses the handle inside. Now Culp trying to get a step. Hands it up here to Grancelli. Grancelli brings it inside the line. He elects to shoot. Fires one. And make it look easy as Gallant as he slides out with the glove and holds on. Cool, calm, and collected is Blake Gallant. He makes a nice little glove save. And we'll have another face-off. And again, deep in the Thunderbird zone. We get them lined up for the draw. Kings control, quickly back up top. Weston, he fires one, that's deflected. Missed here on the short side. Almost took a funny bounce out front as they hit right off the ledge between the glass and the boards, but the Thunderbirds do pick it up, clear it out to center. Sidorook back inside his own line. He's going to hand it back here to Weston. Weston, another one of those second-year players here for the Kings. Had a nice little ceremony. They gave flowers and everything to their parents, and of course, to the manager and owner of the Kings, Krista Hiscott. Always a lot of happy tears for a lot of the players and parents, especially the second year, and especially with Krista. She gives everything with these kids and these hockey players. 5.5 remaining here, first period. 1-0 for the Kings. 12-7 the shots on goal, also in favor of the Kings as they look to skate the puck outside their own zone now. Here comes their captain, Jordan Jackman, with some speed in the far side. Jackman looking to bring it in. Jackman looking out front. He tried to connect there with LeBlanc, who was crashing the goal, but now it's picked up in a 3-on-2 shaping up here for the Thunderbirds. They hit the blue line, little chip and chase. Amiro going to get there first, but Mazzaroli, he's able to get the line. He fires one on goal. That Minihik is able to pad aside. Now Amiro stops up right inside the circle. Hands it off to Jackman. Jackman looks up ice. He's going to chip one in. Giving chase there is Lively as his teammates are making a change. Lively goes in behind the goal. He takes his player down. I ever had a quick look at the referee. Their arm stays down as well. As Corkum chipping in. He hands it off to Lemoyne. Lemoyne, who scored the goal here, looking for another one. Lemoyne steps in, fires one, but there's Gallant again. I have a feeling I'm going to say his name a lot this afternoon as he makes the save, holds on. No rebound, a couple white jerseys sitting right on the doorstep. 4.5 remaining here, first period. Face-off will stay in the zone. See the Kings having a conversation about this draw as the Thunderbirds make a full line change. And again, shout out to the Thunderbirds. I know they're short-staffed here this afternoon. A lot of APs stepping up, and they're doing a fantastic job for the team here this afternoon. As this game has been back and forth, they had a couple power play opportunities, so I've been covering the U16 league for many, many years. I've had a couple kids play here, and this league just gets better and better all the time. And the talent and speed on both sides. This game is far from over, is what I'm trying to say, is the Thunderbirds keep the puck in the zone, but just lose the handle as Fortin has to put it back in deep. Thunderbirds will have to tag up now as there will be offside, as Corkum will look to clear. He can't hear to Lively. Lively brings it back in deep as he had a quick look up as Thibault was on top of him. And I apologize again to any of the Moncton fans if I'm mispronouncing the names. I'll do my best. I have a hard time with the English language, let alone trying to get some of the other names correct. They move it around the corner. Kings trying to clear. Picked up by Lemoyne. Partial 2-on-1 shaping up. Lemoyne has Thompson crash a goal. Thompson with the backhand scores! Just found enough room on that far side inside the post as Lemoyne scores and now has an assist as he moves that over to Thompson. And Thompson, playing his final regular season home game as a second-year player for the Kings, gives the Kings their second goal of the afternoon. With 3:20 remaining, it's 2-0. We'll bring it back to center. Wait for the official goal announcement, of course, as the Thunderbirds not slowing down. They bring it right in off the face-off. Fire a shot that just misses wide. Able to hold it in the line. Fires another one. This one was going wide, but taking no chances. It's going to be George Minihik goaltender for the Kings. He's going to slide out, hold on, and we'll have a face-off inside the Kings zone. This draw, one back here to Blyce. He fires a shot. Minnick hits a piece of that as he paddles it to the corner. Thunderbirds trying to get there first, trying to come out of the corner with it. 2 red jerseys, 2 white jerseys, knock it loose. The Kings have it. Here's a goal announcement. Lively and Lemoyne getting assist marker there on Thompson's goal. His 9th of the season. Now Grancelli for the Kings. Stops up on the far side, hands it back to the D. As Romain walks in, Romain whiffs on the shot. Thunderbirds pick it up, look to clear. Skate out, crisscross pass here down below us. Picked up by Theodo. Walks right in, shoots, he scores! Finds himself all alone, goes low blocker, and just like that, after the Kings score their second, Thunderbirds get on the board, and it's 2-1. Nice goal, nice shot in tight. As number 7, Kobe Theobald finds himself all alone and makes no mistake. Gets the Thunderbirds on the board here. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the first period. That's usually what happens as goals start coming fast and furious. That was a nice shot. He found himself all by himself right in the high slot, right by those hash marks in the Kings zone. Wait for the official goal announcement, of course. And the Kings look to get that right back. That pass is picked off just outside the blue line, put into Frazier. Fires one and almost got Gallant going as he was getting in position. And Frazier just fired on net. Now O'Connor here at center on the right side of the red lines. He dumps it in. Here's a goal announcement. It was Terrio, his team leading, and his 31st point of the season. And his 18th goal of the season as well. Citarelli getting an assist mark on that one as well as the Thunderbirds flick a high one up. Had to stick up high but didn't make contact. Now they put it inside the zone. Weston trying to get there for the Kings. He almost gets pinched off as he tries to come out of the corner with the puck. Chips one up ahead here to Jackman. Jackman looking for Frazier down below us. Frazier trying to go back to Jackman. That pass a little bit too far ahead as Jackman gives chase as him and Fagon give battle in the corner. And now it's picked off. Thunderbirds flick one up. Trying to chase that one down now is Cousins. He gets forced to the boards. Now it's picked off by Jackman. Jackman look for a lane. Hand up there to Savuta, who pushes it inside the zone. Thunderbirds pick it up here. That's where you got about 45 seconds remaining here in the first. Pass to the far side, trying to chip one up ahead is Landry. Gets over to Fortin. Fortin over here now to Thebo. He fires one but couldn't quite get the shot off. He battles with Corkum. Corkum got 2 Thunderbird players on him. Lemoyne in here to help as he moves along the boards. They chip a high one. And come just outside. Landry trying to bring it back in for the Thunderbirds. They love to tie it up here before the intermission. Now Corkum, of course the Kings would love to get their 2-goal lead back before the intermission. Do they bring him back inside the zone? Only 10 seconds remaining. As Neufeld trying to come out front with it, gets forced to the opposite corner. As time's going to tick down, Thunderbirds just going to hold that and run this clock out as the horn goes. Well, that's going to do it for us here after 20 minutes of play. 2-1 our score. Shots on goal 15-11 in favor of the Kings. We'll take a quick break. Watch Dave go around the Zamboni. If that first period tells you anything, that second one's going to be just as good. We'll see you ready in a few. And as we'll welcome everybody back here for the second period. Kings leading 2-1. Shots were 15-11 also in favor of the Kings, but we'll switch ends. Get a fresh sheet of ice for these two teams. Thunderbirds scored one there in the later stages. Now they'd like to start this second period, get the equalizer early. See down the other end, Kings goaltender George Minnick try to fix a little piece of ice or something down outside of his goal crease. I see him shoveling some snow, putting some water. The officials will come down and have a quick look here as well. As we check things out again. As we mentioned earlier, lots of games on the high button docket here this afternoon between U15, U16, and of course U18 playoffs, which have been absolutely amazing in the male side and female, with some overtime thrillers. And it's been fun to listen to a lot of the calls, a lot of the different games. They're taking their time here. It must have been a pretty good hole right in the blue paint. Didn't notice it in the first period. Dabbing some ice and water there. They try to freeze it back up. Everybody goes for a little skate around. Mentioned earlier, been with the Kings Club for many, many years. Of course, both my kids had the opportunity to play at that level with the squad, and my oldest now being on the bench. But we'd be as impartial as possible up here in the booth, of course. Sometimes probably too much one way than the other, as it's fun to watch these kids grow and get better as we get to the end stages of the season. Can't believe the season's over already. Feels like it just started as we complete another. Now they look like we're ready to go. We'll bring it up to center ice. The officials give this signal. We'll check in on the goaltenders. Lining up at center, we're going to have Jackman for the Kings. And I'm trying to see his number there. And it's number 17, sorry, so it's Learmouth for the Thunderbirds. And we'll get this thing going, and Thunderbirds going to put it inside the zone. They said they'd like to get one here early, get the equalizer, tie it up. The Kings looking to clear, picked up along the boards, put it back in deep there by O'Connor. O'Connor looking to come out front, and going through a bunch of legs. Took a swing at it, but couldn't quite get contact. Now there's Thompson. Thompson flying out over. Matthew Thompson trying to get a step. He throws it backhand. A nice save there as kicking the right pad out was Gallant. Now walking in Jackman. Hands off to Thompson. Thompson looking out front as Amiro had joined up and was in front of the goal looking for a redirect. Now from below the goal line, swinging the mitt now. Amiro fires one on goal. Gallant pads that aside and then pass out front. Going to be sent out. Doesn't look like this one's going to make it far enough for icing. Icing's going to be waved off. As back to pick it up is Corkum. He's able to leave it for Jackman. Jackman looking to get a step. Jackman looking to fly up through the middle now as he puts the Jets on. He goes down deep in the corner. Back up top. Here's Romaine coming in. He fires a shot. It gets in behind Glenn. It's down loose. Puck's loose. Net comes off and the puck stays out. A great save as well. They got a piece of that with the upper body, and it looked like it was going to bounce up and over, but somehow stays out, and as the net comes off, the whistle's going to go. Kings coming close to getting back to that 2-goal lead, but Gallant with a grade A save there in tight, and the faceoff will stay down inside the zone. This faceoff now on the far side. The official trying to get them all lined up. Face-off controlled by the Thunderbirds, take it behind their own goal. Look to clear it out. It gets far as the blue line, kept in by Romaine. Now LeBlanc from the corner. Look for some help from Gantrelli. Now it's Lemoyne. He scored the first goal of this game. He hands off to the far side. Look for a pass out front. Can't quite get it through. Glover still with it. Glover trying to find a loose puck. Glover fires over. He fires a shot on that far side. Gets into another one of his own rebounds. Now he goes crisscross pass as Lemoyne was flying through the slot. Player loses stick there for the Thunderbirds. Lemoyne with a pass off the backboards for Glover, who's joined up in the rush. As him and Lemoyne switch positions. It's a shot from Lemoyne, and there's Gallant out trying to cover the puck up way out of his crease. Puck still loose and behind. Big hit in behind the goal as well. As play continues, Kings keep it in. They move it over a little bit too far there for Grand Shelley. As just getting up was Nicholson. Looking for a loose puck. Now Glover from the far side for the Kings. Lots of offensive zone time here. Back here to the blue line. Reaching out for his remain. Couldn't quite keep it in. As it's going to come outside the line. And the whistle's going to go. As coming out of the zone was Grand Shelley. But his skates are still inside the zone as he made contact with the puck. So offside will be the call. Almost 2.5 gone here now. Second period. This faceoff goes into the Thunderbird zone. They go a little DDD pass. Now looking to chip it up is Lance. Trying to bring it inside the zone. He loses the handle. Now it's picked up by Sidderook. He goes cross ice. Touched up to Neufeld. He brings it inside the line. Tried to give it to Culpa, who's crashing the goal. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. Play comes to the near corner. And it's picked up by Savuta. Savuta to Sidderook. He takes a bump as Lance lays a shoulder check, but puck's picked up by Savuta. And a nice save in tight from Gallant. Battle for it. Thunderbirds come up with it. Look to break out. Just down below us. Lance hands it over. Bringing it in. Look for a step. And trying to go to the backhand there was Therio. Couldn't quite get the shot on goal. Now loose puck. Bounces from side to side. Picked up by the Thunderbirds and put it in deep. Lance and Sidderook give chase in behind the goal. Sidderook, he lays a check down to get some cheers from his teammates as the puck comes in behind. Now Weston, drop pass, picked off, but the net's going to be knocked off as well. As a look in behind number 72, George Minahick. And the whistle's going to go. Face-off will stay inside the zone. 3.5 gone now here. Second period, 2-1 hockey game. We get them lined up in the draw now. This face-off, trying to go straight ahead with it, was Jackman. Now he's going to get some help from Lively. Lively trying to take it. He tries to force it through, and everybody has a quick look as Gallant looks over his shoulder, but he has it underneath of him. He's able to squeeze the legs just enough. As trying to force his way through there was Casey Lively, and almost found enough to get by the goaltender, but he was able to hold it just enough and keep it on the right side of the goal line and then hold on and force a face-off inside. Shots now 20-12 in favor of the Kings if they came out flying here in this second frame. Now down deep, Jackman. Jackman wheeling, turning, spinning, fire. Another save from Gallant. As it gets to the far as the blue line, Amiro keeps it in. This time Fortin's able to clear it out. Now to the far side, firing a shot from long range and taking a hit was Thibault. He did get that on target. Gets up quick. Now what chance? Almost put that right in there on their own goal there. Now the chance from 40 scores! So a series of unfortunate events for the Kings, but taking it will be the Thunderbirds as they tie it up. And you can see the excitement on the young hockey player's face as number 24, Alexei Fortin, equalizes this game here at 2. Coming into this one, T-Birds were 1-4. They had a big win over the Armada, and the Kings coming in with a 3-2 out of their last 5. We said in this league, any team can beat anybody on every given day or night, as we've seen so far this season. And lots of great hockey to come here with the playoffs just around the corner. We'll wait for the official goal announcement, of course, but with 4:18 gone here in the second period, we're all tied up at 2. Here's a goal announcement. It's Fortin, 8th of the season. They're going to go unassisted with that one there. Like I said, the Kings tried to move it out. It had to go off the side of the goal. They almost scored on their own goal with that one. And then all of a sudden, got a chance here. He walked right in, was Fortin. And with all kinds of traffic in front of Mahinnick, able to find home. And then almost losing the handle in behind there was Glover. Now he's able to force it up. Reaching forward was Thompson. A little bit too far ahead for him. Now Glover will try again. Gets it to Lemoyne. Lemoyne quickly to Romain. Romain to Thompson. Thompson leaves it for Romain, who skates up. He fires an easy one then on goal. That's going to be picked up and cleared by the Thunderbirds. Nice hand-eye coordinated. Getting a stick on that was Cousin to knock it out of the air and put it in deep. Now from the corner. Trying to walk out with it. Learmouth loses the handle. Picked up now by Frazier. Frazier speeding up here on the short side. He looks for some room. Trying to take it all the way in behind. We get stick check. And now goes for the little reverse check. Now they're going to have a little conversation as he uses his weight in behind the scene. I was staying with the play in behind as now the Thunderbirds players slow to get up. But I think heading to the box is going to be number 12, Ben Frazier. Of course, our main concern is the Thunderbirds player, as Frazier put all his weight on the Thunderbirds player. See what the call is going to be. Cross-checking. So right after the Thunderbirds tied up, now they're going to get an opportunity on the power play. The main concern and what we all want to make sure is that the Thunderbirds player is okay. And he is. He's up, skating off as the trainer was making his way. As it was number 22, Eli Bias. But looks like he makes his way towards the bench. Didn't need the trainer. He's able to get up and skate off on his own. We'll keep an eye on him, of course. But right now, Thunderbirds looking for their first lead of the hockey game. And on the power play with 5:22 gone here in the second. So Frazier will sit 2 or less on the cross-checking call as Weston gets the draw and is able to rim that all the way out. And send it the Thunderbirds down deep in their own zone. Of course, the Halifax Thunderbirds playing tonight for lacrosse here at the Scotiabank Center in town. We got the Moncton Thunderbirds for U16, and then, of course, the Halifax Thunderbirds for professional lacrosse. As a couple big battle there in the corner. Referee right down there low, yelling in the mood. Neufeld, ooh. There's the referee's arm up now. I looked in behind there. Now the goalie heads for the extra attacker. Usually you want to get the 5-on-3, but you want to save it, the rebound save, and then it's out again. And that crazy one time in Minnehick with an absolute robbery in tight as he goes over with the pad, and then he has to make the rebound save as well as the extra attacker was on for the delayed penalty. As number 37, Nash Neufeld, is going to head to the box. I think cross-checking is the call for him as well. 2 minutes up on the clock. So now 5-on-3 opportunity here for the Thunderbirds. 1:14 to go. They were in Frazier's penalty. Face-off will stay inside, but what a save from the Kings goaltender. As the Thunderbirds came that close. Kings gonna fire that one all the way out, force the Thunderbirds to start this 5-on-3 back deep in their own zone as Gallant gonna come out and leave it in behind the goal. Here's the announcement. It was cross-checking. Loose puck picked up on the other side. A 3-on-1 shaped up inside the zone. Pass up top. Fire shot. He gonna fire that one high. Thought he might have went for the tic-tac goal. Either way, he walked in and Thunderbird looks for another one. That shot just deflected, goes wide. As the Thunderbirds coming in now with all kinds of opportunities. The crisscross pass walked in, and there's Minnehick again sliding over and making a huge stop. As the Thunderbirds coming that close now. Shots on goal, 22-17. The Thunderbirds, I should say 18, just added another one up on the clock. Especially here on this 5-on-3, another 38 seconds. The Thunderbirds coming oh so close to getting their first lead. And they do get the draw. Bias going to leave it up top here. Mazzaroli walks in. He goes cross ice. That's just out of the reach. That's trying to pick it up there with Thibault. Now it's up top again with traffic in front. Top of the circle. They'll leave nobody home. They look to reset. 15 seconds remaining here in the 5-on-3. Pass goes off. Escape. Maybe a chance here for the Kings to clear. They do just get outside the line. They're going to have to go quick. They want to take advantage of the 5-on-3 and didn't quite get out on the right side of the blue line, as offside will be the call. 7 seconds here on the 5-on-3. They're going to bring the face-off here to the far dot on the offside call. As Lemoyne will line up here now with Learmouth. I should say Lemoyne, that was LeBlanc. Apologies, I saw the L. As the first penalty's over, 5-on-4 now as Fraser steps back on the ice. And then right off the bench for Fraser was Jackman. Now Jackman trying to get set. Jackman with a shot, and it's underneath the pad of Gallant. He didn't realize where it was, but he's able to make the save. And again with that quick little shoulder check, as Jackman didn't quite get all that he wanted on it, but a shot on goal is a shot on goal, and almost found its way underneath the pad, but he's able to hold on to it just enough. 35 seconds ago here on the power play for the Thunderbirds. Face-off will come blocker side in the Thunderbird zone. This face-off is picked up by the Kings. They take it to the corner. Romain trying to kill some time on the penalty. It pops up, both teams looking for it. Got to come outside the line, and maybe a chance here, but it goes a little bit too far. Now it's picked up by the Kings. Jackman will hand it back here to Romain. He has a quick look up at the clock, takes it behind his goal. Got a forechecker on him, skates right back into him. Now loose puck picked up in the corner. Thunderbird trying to come out front with it. Goes off his skate. Back in the corner again, now back up top. Steves makes a nice little play with his skate. Makes a pass over. Shot towards the goal. So we're back to even strength now. Kings able to kill off that 5-on-3. Steves fires one, deflected. Rebound, banging away at it. Minihik down. And somehow again finds that loose puck in the blue paint and is able to cover up. As we got 11:41 remaining here in the second period. 2-2 hockey game. Shots now 23-20 in favor of the Kings, but the Thunderbirds coming oh so close on that 5-on-3. The official gets them lined up on the draw, watching those wingers on the outside. Puck comes all the way to the far boards. Kings trying to clear it out. There's Culp. Landon Culp looking to go for a little skate as he brings up over center. He's going to backhand one to the corner, give chase. Thunderbirds trying to get there first behind the goal, but Culp has it on the backhand, looking for somebody opening. Let's go back to the corner, gets it on the forehand, maybe got to skate one out. Now you got to give it back to the D. Weston goes back, trying to go quickly over, but hits Culp in the skate. Now he makes a move, hand it back to Sinderberg. He fires a shot, misses on the short side. Thunderbirds trying to bring it out the opposite corner. Along the boards, fires the blue line, kept in by Weston. Weston fires a shot. That hits something in front and goes just wide. Sinderberg holds the line. Picked up now by Savuta. Savuta top of the circle. He fires one with traffic in front. Gallant down, makes a save as well on the rebound. As the goaltender's showing us a little thievery at both ends, keeping the puck out. Now it's center. Looking to chip one ahead. There's Nicholson. He takes a hit. He loses his helmet as well. He skates off and okay. And where's his helmet? Looks like they picked up and they threw it in the bench or the penalty box. And that got the players going on the Kings bench. The players wear their helmets quite loose. You know, they all like that cage hang as O'Shea brings the puck up. He looks for some room. He can't get by the D. Picked up on Lemoyne, who rose to the far side with it. Look for Chisholm. Chisholm picks up. Chisholm up there for LeBlanc. Sorry, now Chisholm gets a pass, and he whiffs on the shot. A nice play there to knock it out of the air, but couldn't quite clear it. Now Lemoyne tries to knock one down in front. Thunderbirds to pick up another one. They look to skate out. Looking to move their way up ice. Inside the line now. Makes a move on the inside. Fortin, he scored the tying goal. Looking for a pass out front. That just gets redirected. Now O'Shea trying to hold the line. Does come out, picked up by Bias, who chips it right back in. And they're going to say he didn't hit the red line. It was close. Icing is going to be the call as we got about 9.5 remaining here in the second. Should give a special shout out as well, not in today's lineup for the Kings, number 11, Mason Cole. I had a conversation with his father this week and said Mason would be not in the lineup this weekend. Of course, the Kings are missing his goal scoring ability. Now it's just, there's a clap bomb as Amiro wind way up to the ceiling for that one and puts it off the glass. Now he's looking for another one. As he walks in, they elect for the shot there as Jackman hits a skate, goes to the corner. Frazier back in that corner. This time he's the recipient of a cross check, and the play lets it go. He was the one doing the cross checking in that corner last time. Get called for the penalty. He was looking for the reverse, didn't get it. As Jackman spins and fires and scores! As Gallant didn't know where it was. As a little extracurricular afterwards with Frazier there as well. Well, there's the Kings captain, number 91, Jordan Jackman, giving the Kings their lead back, making it 3-2. Firing that shot again. It's a couple now along the ice here for the Kings that find their way to the back of the net. We'll bring this to center with 9:05 remaining here in the second period. Wait for the official goal announcement. And on the faceoff, LeBlanc trying to find a step. Kings get forced back on a loose puck just outside the line now, picked up by the Thunderbirds. They look to bring it in on the far side. They're looking to get that goal right back as they fire a sharp angle shot on goal. Minihik able to push that aside, looking to keep it at the blue line. Poked again to the far boards. LeBlanc looking to spin off a check. Now he's looking to go for a skate. Chips up ahead, trying to get one up there to Culp. A little bit too short for him. Now at center. Pass is picked off by Grancelli. He's back the other way. They just stay on side. They get a step in. Grancelli. Here's the goal announcement. Here's Jackman with his 18th of the season. Thompson and Frazier, all the overagers on that line getting assists on Jackman's goal. Frazier and Thompson. Now LeBlanc. LeBlanc heads up! And he was falling down and ran right in. The Kings bench is livid, but I don't know on that one there. He was lined up for the hit, and LeBlanc kind of lost an edge as he went down and kind of landed into the Thunderbirds player who was laying for a big hit. I think we're going to see a little more of that as this game continues. Doesn't make it far enough for icing. The Thunderbirds pick it up deep in their own zone. Cousins deflects one in. Thunderbirds looking to make a change, picked up here by Weston. Weston has a quick look up ice. Look for an opening, trying to go right through the center. And then when he's got to go off Neufeld, he's looking to bring it inside the zone. A high sauce pass now from in behind. Lemoyne stirs it, fires out front, trying to get a stick on it. Look for it, Neufeld, but out is Gallant and able to dive out and hold on as coming close right at the top of the blue paint, but Gallant holding his ground and able to hold on and somehow keep that puck out. 7:14 remaining second period, 3-2 Kings lead. Face-off will come blocker side here in the Thunderbird zone. Face-off controlled by the Kings. Sidoruk chips in from the blue line to put it in deep. Thunderbirds will put it to the opposite corner as they start to look up ice. Gonna go for a little skate now. Hit the red line, trying to make a move, but it's kicked up by Salvutas. Then giving right back and trying to get a step, looking to get right through, but can't get by Sidoruk. As both teams looking for a chance, and there's a clear pass, picked off by Lance, but he pushes it a little too far, and it goes to the corner. Now Weston takes a bump as Lance throwing the body around there a little bit. Both teams looking for a loose puck, and a big hit as well as both players go down in the corner. Thunderbirds again looking to come out front. Gonna elect to go back here to the blue line, walking the line, hand it off the corner, trying to find some room, and does get the shot through, but able to see it with traffic was Minihik, and makes a save, hit him right in the old logo, and was loose for the moment, but he's able to hold on. 6:30 remaining second period, face-off will stay in the King zone. We get them lined up in the draw. Jackman here with Theo. Trying to pick it up. Kings control. Amiro rims it around. It does come just outside the line, so Thunderbirds will have to tag up. Chance for Amiro to skate up ice. Jacob Amiro up over center. Makes a move and runs into Lance. as Lance steps up and lays the boom. Put that in to Lance again, right here to Jackman. And now the referee's arms up in behind the play. We're going to get an interference call. I think it's going to go against Lance. Wasn't on the first hit. I think it's on the second one along the boards to Jackman. So it is going to be number 8, Kyron Lance, heading to the box. So now a chance on the power play for the Kings, looking to double their lead back up. They had a 2-goal lead back in that first period. Looking to regain that here with just over 6 minutes remaining in the second. On the draw, Thunderbirds win it back. Look to clear now. Pass kept in at the blue line. A little touch over, a little bit too far for Jackman. But he's going to lose the handle this time. The Thunderbirds able to send it in the length of the ice as Ryan O'Connor picked that off and sends it the Kings down in their own zone deep. Looking to skate up here. Here comes Weston. Jaden Weston. Now to Jackman on that far side. See a player get knocked down as I was watching the play come up. Now Weston up top. Moves it over. Amiro. Frazier. Frazier from the far side. He looks to bring it back up top. Frazier got that heavy shot. Looks to take it. Now it's blocked in front by O'Connor. And then Frazier again, this time gets through, but Gallant with the save. Up top now Weston. Jackman has a quick look as he surveys the scene, looking to set up. 1:07 to go here in the power play. Jackman, he's going to fire one, scores! I don't think it was touched in front. I was trying to see if it was deflected. If it's not, it's going to be Jackman's second of the afternoon, and this one's on the power play. It'll be his 19th of the season. As the Kings double up here now, 4-2. And they're having a conversation here as well. I know Frazier is having some words with the Thunderbirds. The referee's having a conversation here as well. Not sure if something was said or not that somebody might have heard. He's having a long chat with the official. Going to come and have a chat with the goalie now as well. I'm not sure. As everybody else waiting at center. We're going to, can't quite read lips from this far away. Here's the goal announcement. Thompson and Weston. So again, all the second years take advantage here. I'll call it of senior night. I was waiting to see on that play there as the referee, the coaches for the Thunderbirds were asking for an explanation, but the referee never did come over from what he was having a conversation with their goaltender. I'm kind of curious as well as we listen to the goal announcement for Jackman, second of the afternoon, 19th of the season. With the puck down deep in the Kings zone now. Thunderbirds looking to walk out, trying to find a sharp angle shot. But there's Mininik with the save, rebound loose for the moment. Puck clear to the blue line, does come outside the line. Thunderbirds put it right back in deep. They tag up for the offside. Picked up by Romaine. Romaine, his pass almost picked off there as it went off escape, but second opportunity does move it up. Now Cope. Cope with some speed. Cope trying to do a little dangle. He holds it, fires it, and the Kings bench would have went nuts on that one there, but a nice save from Gallant and a sharp shot. Now Grant Chili with the open net, he scores. As Gallant made the save, and Gallant's going to argue maybe goaltender interference as he made the first save on that soft shot, and then he's way out of position as Steves has given it to the official. Grant Chili had the open goal. I'm going to stay here on the official. You can see Gallant trying to argue his case. I couldn't tell from my vantage point. I do apologize. I was staying with the puck. He did look way out of position. Long conversation. So long conversation after the last goal. And another long conversation this time. I see on the bench here is number 29, Jacob Herbert, affiliated player, the backup goaltender for the Thunderbirds this afternoon. I'm keeping the camera on the referee and the goaltender. Now Gallant's got to skate away from the ref. He's got to come over and explain something to the bench. We'll keep an eye on this here. We've got great vantage point from up top. Let's see what we can see. We sneak in. I'm going to try to listen. Usually you can tell by the coach's reaction. Can't hear too much with the music going. And I think the goalie's going to get pulled. Hats off here. Not the way that Blake Gallant wanted to finish this afternoon. He's right back with the official again. He's got to go through that open door. So going through between the pipes, just mentioned his name earlier, is number 29, Jacob Herbert. Shots on goal now, 29-22 in favor of the Kings. Well, Gallant will finish 22 for 20. Let's do some correct math here this afternoon. 24 for 29. Talk about chirping. I can mention that. Thunderbirds coach walked away from. Now the referee will head to the timekeeper's box and we'll get the goal from Grancelli announcement. We'll bring it back to center. This could make for an interesting afternoon. Of course, both teams have a game tomorrow to finish off the regular season. Thunderbirds on the road again as they'll be over on the island. Kings on the road as well. Technically, I guess it is a home game, but it is not at their home rink up in West Hampton. They take on the league-leading Highlanders. Oh, with 4:06 remaining here, second period, a little bit interesting. The Kings starting to break it wide open here as they lead 5-2. And looking for more as they put the puck in deep. Puck goes from corner to corner. Picked up, walking in. Savuta looking to hand off on the far side to Lemoyne. He got to go back to the blue line. Corkum can't quite hold it. Now we're going to get a race for it. Corkum gets back just in time. He gets taken down, and the referee's arm goes up. That's not going to go well. And you did see the errant stick, unfortunately. You didn't mean to do it, but the stick in the skates. And heading to the box is going to be number 25, Martin Carroll. So right after the Kings scored in the power play for their fourth goal, we're going to head right back to the power play, looking to increase their lead. Here's a goal announcement. It was Grancelli with his 7th of the season. LeBlanc going to get the assist marker. Corkum looks to hold the line. He turns, he fires, that hit a body in front. And now the whistle's going to go. I believe the net was knocked off. They try to jam that back on. I thought it hit a body in front, but looks like the net was knocked off, sorry. Like I say, popped off. We'll get another face-off here. Just 10 seconds ticked off on the power play. This face-off controlled by the Kings, but it's going to be out of the reach of Corkum. And he's going to have to go back in his own zone to set it up. Going to hand off to Lemoyne. Lemoyne looks to go for a little skate. He brings it inside the zone now. Ethan Lemoyne spins up in the corner. This time Corkum's able to handle the pass. He spins it fire, looking for deflection, then you get it. But it's way up high into the netting and out of play. A minute 30 remaining here now in the power play. Another face-off will stay inside the Thunderbird zone. This time we'll try the opposite dot. Thunderbirds win that draw. They do clear just outside the line as Lemoyne back in his own blue line to pick it up. He looks to skate up. Through to the neutral zone, trying to find some room. Ran into a sea of red, but gets some help from Grancelli, who leads it for Savuta. Savuta walking in now. He goes up top with it. Corkum, far side, Lemoyne. He's got to turn and fire. That gets deflected, goes just wide. Savuta again back up top here for Corkum. Corkum walking in. Corkum, he likes to shoot. That hits his stick, pops up. Picked up now by Slavuta. Slavuta takes it behind the goal. He brings it around to the far side. Stays with it. Now hands off to Corkum. Corkum crisscross to Lemoyne. Lemoyne, he's going to fire another. Now it's blocked. And going to pop outside the line. Nice job putting his body in harm's way there was the Thunderbirds. Trying to see with number 17 there, Learmouth. Kings will dump it down in deep. 34 seconds to go here on the power play. Slavuta from the blue line. Walks in on the outside of the circle. Goes up top here for Weston. Weston fresh off the bench. He looks for some traffic. He fires one. He gets a deflection that goes just wide. Now Slavuta from the boards. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Slavuta tries to set up. Weston over to Amiro. Amiro, he's got a fire one. Another one. All kinds of pucks being deflected. That one goes up high. And heads up on the bench. And I know that kid there that ducked quite well. And when I taught him to play baseball, he wasn't going to catch that one. That puck went right into the bench for the Kings. And luckily, he has some quick reflexes. Gets out of the way. 8 seconds to go here on the power play. 1:52 remaining here in the second period. One last opportunity as the Kings control the draw. They fires the shot. That's off the bar. Right off the iron. And you can see the goaltender sitting there with his glove out, but the puck up by him. But maybe a chance here as the penalty expires. Coming in, fires the backhand on target. Didn't get as much as he wanted on it. He's flying up the ice there was Fortin. He scored a goal here already this afternoon, looking for his second. But Minnick hadn't had much action in a while. Able to see that one, make the save, hold on. As we get to the later stages here of this second, face-off will stay in the Kings zone. This face-off's got to come back, but got to be out of the reach of the Thunderbirds defender. They tried to keep it in. They do pop it back in. Thunderbirds get back on side. Kings will look up ice. A little crisscross pass. Now Jackman. Jackman looking to skate up over the blue line. Jordan Jackman. He tried for a pass out front, couldn't quite connect. Thunderbirds pick it off. They're quickly back the other way. They're going to hit the red line, trying to find some room, and almost danced. And now the referee's arms up. And we're going to get a slashing call. And this one's going to go against Frazier on the back check. And now Frazier probably going to get another one. And he wasn't happy with the first call. He's going to get two. He's going to get a slash and a rough. So as Frazier on the back check laid the lumber, then on his way to the penalty box, as he was arguing with the referee, didn't like the red jersey in front of him, kind of gave him the shoulder. As I have a quick look up, so 4 minutes up on the clock now. So an opportunity maybe for the Thunderbirds to try to get two on this power play, get right back in this. Definitely want to get one before the break, and they get the draw. Walking in, fired a shot, trying to go low, far side, and just sticking a toe on that one was Minahick to make the save. Now Mazzaroli got to get it back. Got to try again. Fakes the drop. Goes to the far side, got to fire another one. Look for deflection. It's off the post. Gets the shot and the deflection that he's looking for, but can't beat the iron. That's a post here at both ends. Now Fortin, he looks to fire. That goes off his skate. Lands over here. Bias walks in. He fires, but another one deflects and goes wide. As we got about 40 seconds remaining here now in the period. Thunderbirds doing everything they can, trying to get on the board here on the power play before the intermission. Now Fortin fires one and just get a piece of that with the glove was Minahick. Picked up by us, far side. There's a shot. This one gets through, bounces around, picked up by the Kings. They're going to look to clear. They're going to rifle one hard off the boards. Thunderbirds going to have to, whoa! As I was trying to catch up with the puck, that took a funny bounce that Herbert had to be careful with there. Only 8 seconds remaining. Last chance shot, fire them. That's going to go a little high. At the blue line, walking, you can hear everybody yell, shoot at the horn. It's going to hit his skate and go wide. As we'll end here after 40 minutes. Kings lead 5-2. Shots on goal now 30-26 in favor of the Kings. We'll come back. The Thunderbirds will continue on the power play for 2 minutes, 47 seconds. I'll take my break here, trying to get my voice back. I'm looking forward to what should be an entertaining third period. See you ready in a few.
your Chocolate, you love your Kings Hockey Club.
And there we are. You can watch the teams make their way back to the ice surface. 5-2 our score after 40 minutes of play. But the Thunderbirds going to start in the power play here for 2:47 as Frazier sits in the box for his double minor. Interesting second period as goaltender change for the Thunderbirds. As Jacob Herbert came in replace of Blake Gallant. But we'll bring it here to center ice, where Thunderbirds would like to get one here early. Maybe with only 47 seconds before the second minor starts, maybe try to get 2 goals here on this power play, then they'll be really back into it. But we'll bring it to center, get things started up here as we drop the puck. See which coach's intermissions speeches were better than the others. And here comes the Thunderbirds. And it's going to hit center, get the right side of the red line. They dump it in deep, give chase. Going to be picked up by the Kings. They look to clear, trying to hold that line is Thibault. They flick around, get some help from Mazzaroli. We put the puck in deep. Now a chance here. They moved it out as Jacqueline was floating around center. He's got 2 this afternoon. Now he has it. Jacqueline stuffed it, fires, scores! Short-handed goal, and it's for the Trick. There we go. As Jackman got to get his 3rd of the afternoon. They'll bring it back. So short, not the start for the 3rd that the Thunderbirds are looking for. The Kings will definitely take it as their captain takes the puck from that far side, walks in and snipes one there, low glove, increasing the Kings' lead. But the Thunderbirds will stay on the power play here. They look to put it centered, look to dump it in deep, but Steve's gonna fanned on that one. Now you hand it back. Now O'Connor. O'Connor gonna bring it inside the line. O'Connor back here. Fortin, he tries to bring the puck in. Force it to the far side, spinning, turning, putting it in deep. Now from behind the head of O'Connor, wide open in front, but couldn't quite get the puck to him as it goes to the opposite corner. Now walking in. Cousins trying to find some room. Cousins spins around. Now he hands it off. Dances the way in, looking for a shot here. Looking over front, passing through him, the minute down, makes a save and holds on. Now some pushing and shoving. As we announce Jackman's goal, hat trick. That puck that he cleared to the far side, kept in. A minute 30 remaining here in the power play. Fortin steps in, he likes to pass. Now walking to the short side, firing that one. That's going to be deflected up high. He's going to roll around the top of the boards as Chisholm's going to overskate it as he looked to clear. Thunderbirds put it right back in deep, spinning off in the corner, trying to find somebody open, cycles it back down low. Behind the goal line now on the backhand. Looking out front, player gets pushed pretty good there. The big battle in front of the goal. Now from the far side, walking in. Fortin doesn't shoot. Now a pass, not going to go off the reach stick there at Glover and knocked out as Steve's going to hustle back in his own zone. As Herbert going to leave behind his own goal. Decides to quick look up ice. He's going to hand it off now. Learmouth here on the short side. 45 seconds remaining in the power play. Kings going to clear it out as Chisholm chips it inside. He gives chase as Landry picks up behind his own goal. He moves on the far side. Lemoyne picks it off. He tries to spin, little chip, but it's forced up by Fortin. Puts it inside the line. It's picked up now by Weston. Weston from the corner. He loses the handle. There's a pass out front. And Minihick gets a piece of that. Clears it all the way out. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. Pass picked off through the middle. As Lively going to flick a high one in. And that's going to be touched by a high stick. As the Thunderbirds player Sometimes it's just by instinct they put that stick up way over the shoulders. He did make contact with the blade. So that'll stop play. Face-off will stay inside the zone. 12 seconds remaining here on the power play. Now on the draw. Lemoyne wins it back. He went to hit it back to his D. Pass going to go all the way back in their own zone. That should pretty well do it for the power play, though, as Siderick spins back to the corner. And they look up, ice pass on the stick of Lemoyne. Lemoyne, right as a penalized player, steps out of the box, hits the red line, dumps it in deep. We're back to 5-on-5, even strength. Picked off in behind, and a bump taken there. But the Kings player able to move it back to the blue line, but Amiro unable to hold that pass as he's got to hustle back. He's going to hand it over here to Corkum. Corkum looks up ice. Lemoyne chips it inside the zone. Picked up now by the Thunderbirds as they look up ice. Goes to go for a skate, makes one move. Mazzaroli, he's going to go for a little skate. He flicks it to the open corner. He gives chase. Amiro trying to get there first. Now Lively for the Kings moves up ahead. He's able to get it to Savuta. Savuta on that far side, trying to get it back to Lively. Lively to the forehand, and a nice save in tight. As able to stay with him, there was Herbert, and force that shot up high. Amiro looking to hold the line as he punches one to the corner. Savuta now look for a loose puck. He pops it back here to Amiro. Amiro, he fires a shot towards the goal. Save made, rebound, and they're going to score. First save made, but number 21, Alexander Savuta, makes no mistake, and he pops one in the back of the net as the scoring onslaught continues here for the Kings as we approach 4 minutes gone here in the third period. It's 7-2. We'll bring it back to center, wait for the official goal announcement, of course. There, just before they drop the puck for the third period. I tried to get a zoom in on a bunch of signs over top of the Kings bench there, trying to zoom in. There's a couple of fans that made some signage for the Kings team. It was nice to see. Nice to see a pretty good crowd here as well. I always say we do our best to bring you the live stream, but the best place to watch a hockey game is in person. As a pass out front, getting picked off. Thunderbirds going to pick it up back here at their own zone. Looking to spin away. Bias plays it up. Here's the goal announcement. Savuta with his 9th of the season. Lemoyne and Amiro with assist markers. And heads up. That one deflected way up and hit the Canada flag. Done a play. Again, as you hear the announcer, he does such an amazing job here. Try not to talk over him when he's going. You can probably hear him clear as day, and he's well across the ice from me. 4.5 gone here now. Third period. Kings breaking it wide open, mostly in the second, and then here to start the third as well. Of course, Jordan Jackman with the hat trick here this afternoon. Thunderbirds move the puck out here to center. Picked up by Glover. He got to take it back in his own zone. Now Romaine trying a little how you doing inside his own line, but losing the handle. A little inside out, but couldn't quite get the shot on goal as it was deflected. And that puck's going to ride up along the glass and that one to the netting. Another puck out of play. We're going to face off inside the zone. And a great conversation during the intermission here with one of the Thunderbirds' parents. They're talking about the teams and where the players come from and what levels they play. So hats off to the Thunderbirds. It's a lot of first-year players on the team, and they're doing a good job. Not quite the season they probably wanted as they finish, but hey, playoffs, anything can happen. And you got to play the game, and anybody can beat anybody, as we've seen in this league, and they have beat some of the top teams and had some great games as well this season. There's a loose puck from the blue line with a slap shot that hit something in front. Now the Kings will flick a high one up. Picked up again here by Fagon, who moves over, and they're going to call that one icing. Listen to the coach, sorry, as they're calling the icing. They're arguing the icing call. It's funny, it's quiet in here. I don't know, hoping the microphone didn't pick all that up, but he was giving the refs a few funny chirps. Here's Lemoyne now on that draw. Lemoyne dances with it. He hands it off, trying to get it back. A little quick one. Gets back here to Sidorook at the blue line, looks to hold. Thunderbirds do clear now. Weston back in his own zone. Lots of little things happen away from the puck here as well that we're trying to keep an eye on as this game continues. As Jaden Weston makes a move, brings it inside the line. Weston stops up. He looks to hand off to Chisholm, who was following the play. Now Chisholm from the boards. Puts it down deep in the corner. Thunderbirds look to spin off a check. They're going to look up ice. The Kings player lost his stick. Chris Kress pass to the far side. Trying to dance his way through. He's going to get stood up. And Minnick going to play that to the corner. Now it's to the opposite side. Lively clears it up. Savuta brings the puck inside the line. He hands off to Lemoyne. Lemoyne looks to pop a shot. That gets deflected just wide. Now Lively leaves it here for Corkum. Corkum almost skates that puck. Now it's picked off by the Thunderbirds. They're going to go for a little skate. They're going to dump one in as he heads to the bench for a change. Amiro. He's going to get pinned along the boards. It's 3 white jerseys, 1 red jersey trying to knock that puck loose. Referee yelling at them to move it. Kings rimming around. Chipping from the blue line. Missed on that shot attempt as Learmouth trying to hold the line now. Does pop it in. O'Connor, he looks out front and in all alone. Goaltender's down, trying to get up over him somehow. That puck stays out. Oh, it gets popped in. As I think the sliding player for the Kings might have popped that in. But good job there by Cousins by staying with it. As a nice little pass from right by the ringette line. And then he found himself all alone. Minnick was able to stay with them. And then poked away at the rebound. And then in behind, it looked like the Kings player might have kept it out. But again, I'm up here in the booth. The referees are down low. He signals goal. It's a goal. We'll bring this back to center ice with 12:44 remaining here in the third period. Will this be the spark they need? I know the Thunderbirds had a tough one last night, and they're in tough right here this afternoon as well. Trying to play, and they got another tough game tomorrow against the Dukes. So playing for some Thunderbird pride. Get another one, you never know, anything can happen, but the Kings inside the zone here right now. Taking behind the net, looking out front, gonna wheel all the way in front of Savuta, looking for another one. That one's gonna be blocked. Here's the goal announcement. Landry going to get the assist mark on Cousins' goal. His 11th of the season. As a race for it back the other way here now. He's trying to get there first as Matthews. He spins out as Romaine gives him the good going there. Now Nicholson with Savuta. Grancelli loses the handle. And there's a big hit as Matthews steps into Savuta, who had just moved the puck. All of a sudden, Thunderbirds playing with a little spark here after scoring the goal. Now there's a big hit as Sidorook lays it in there to McNaughton. Sorry, the puck back the other way. Now last player back. They start to move up. They're trying to catch up with the puck. Now Nicholson trying to get a step. Nicholson trying to bring it with him. He leads it from McNaughton. McNaughton fires one. He misses just wide. Rebound. Look for a pass out front. As expected a little more fireworks here in this second period, or third period, sorry, from the second period. As I start to get a little more lively and see the bodies being thrown around. Unable to hold that line. The puck's going to come all the way back to the Thunderbird zone. He's going to hold on to that. He had a quick look up and saw a white jersey a little too close for comfort. As you got 10:47 remaining here now in the third period. Both teams throwing some good checks there in that last shift. Good news is everybody's up and okay, and they keep going. This draw, Kings control, back at the blue line. has a quick little look at Silverberg. He fires one, rebound, and that's poked just wide as LeBlanc was crashed in the goal. Thunderbirds going to flick a high one up, trying to get behind the play, trying to find one here as Cousins spins and fires, holds, rebound, crashed the goal, and he couldn't quite put that home as everybody was going through. They're still all tied up in the blue paint, and there's a chance there. They score! As Minnick was all tied up in front and then find himself in behind the goal line, and just like that, Thunderbirds with two quick ones, still with 10 minutes to go, as number 17, I think it's Learmouth, Maxim Learmouth, I believe, is the one leading the lineup. We'll wait for the official goal announcement, of course, but we're getting a little exciting here as we get to the halfway mark of the third period. As they always say, it starts with one and you keep going. No lead is safe. Bring it back here to center. Face-off comes back in the King zone. Looking to fire one up here. Frazier looks to kick one up ahead, but that missed the intended target. That goes to length of the ice. Get a race for it, but icing will be the call. 10-10, third period ready. Here's the goal announcement. It was Learmouth with his fourth of the season. Blaze getting the assist marker on that one. There's the Thunderbirds looking for more. They fire one towards the goal. Can't quite get that one out front. Trying for deflection. There's one put back in deep. Have a little laugh there at the announcer, sorry. Trying for a long stretch pass. As puck's kept in. Far side now. Thunderbirds looking to clear. Along the boards now, trying to pop one out. That's picked up by Amiro. Amiro had to wait for everybody to get back on side. He gets spun around. Now Thunderbirds trying to bring the puck in, trying to reach out, trying to find his way through. Couldn't quite finish it as the puck gets cleared out. As the announcer needs a charger. There's a shot from Amiro that almost found some daylight on that far side, but just getting a blocker on that was Herbert. Now a chance for Frazier. He fires one. He misses just wide. Now Weston didn't get anything on that one there as he has a quick look at his stick. Probably needs a new one as the puck's kept in the corner. Now Lemoyne tries to go back to the blue line. Thunderbirds pick that off and they get right back as Frazier tries to dangle at the line. Brought it back on the wrong side. Now they get back onside this time. There's Lemoyne. Lemoyne trying to get open as both teams almost got caught making changes. Lemoyne just spins and fires. Misses short side. Picked up now by by Romain. Sorry, he puts it down deep. And the Thunderbirds going to chip it out. And that's going to go the length of the ice. As the goaltender came out to play it, icing's going to be waved off. And you can see the Thunderbirds bench got the call right on that one there, and so did the young official. So sometimes the officials don't get enough credit, and that was a good call. As Romain tried to clear it out, it gets forced back in deep. Now Glover takes it behind his own goal. He stops up as they look up ice. 8 minutes remaining here. As going for a skate now is Romain. Romain looking for some room far side. He hits the red line, dumps it in deep, gives chase. Stevens looks to pick it up here for the Thunderbirds. They clear it right back out again. He's going to pick it up in his own zone. Now is Lively. Lively tries to wind one up. He's got to cycle him back with nobody home. As looking to chase it up. And they're trying for a pass in front, but there's a shot from the blue line, but the net's going to be knocked off. And the whistle's going to go. 7:40 remaining here now in the third. Face off on that far side. Kings pick it up here in the near boards. They try to find the puck. Here comes Grancelli. Grancelli, little chip and chase as he puts it in deep. Kings just want to keep this as far away from their goalie as possible. At this stage in the game for both teams, especially with playoffs around the corner, you want to keep injuries and suspensions as less as possible. There's a pass out front. Herbert gets a paddle on that to block the interception, trying to find an opening. Now it's picked up by Savuta. Savuta, and everybody falls down on the net, and the net falls on top of the goalie. And now it's bringing it back, and that's going to get the attention of the official right in front of the ref as well. Savuta was on top. I think it's Steves. Jackman had a few words for Steves as well. And now he looks back at the Thunderbirds bench. I'm sensing some bad blood now in between these two teams. But it's going to be number 3, Declan Steves, heading to the box. And 4 minutes up on the clock. I think 4-minute head contact is going to be the call. Shots now 39-32 in favor of the Kings, who lead 7-4. And now they're going to head on the power play as the Thunderbirds were buzzing there for a bit, making it close. Now the Kings looking to add to their lead here. Here on the faceoff, Jackman lines up. You already got 3 this afternoon. He's going to win that back. Here's Amiro. Amiro has a quick look. He's got traffic in front, likes to hold up. Amiro's still with it. He hands it off here to Savuta. Savuta walks in. He's got to spin and fire. He's going to miss that one wide. And Amiro trying to catch up to it. Got to get into the line as Nicholson tries to lay a lick on him. As Amiro put it towards the goal. Thunderbirds pick it off now. Amiro going to be back to pick it up. Here's the penalty announcement. It was 4-minute head contact. Now here comes Jackman. Jackman with some speed. Puts a move, takes it in behind. Takes it all the way around now from corner to corner. Around the world as he goes back up top. Gives it to Amiro. Amiro going to take a shot. No traffic in front. Easy save. Rebound bounce around far side. Clears as far as the blue line, not out. Savuta. Amiro looks for traffic. Holds. Walks. Holds. But then going to get it taken off his stick. And a chance here for Nicholson as he looks to clear. Amiro having some words here with the Thunderbirds bench. A minute gone here on the power play. Jackman, he looks up ice now. Jackman stops up, hands it far side. Fresh off the bench here, Sidoruk. He looks to bring the puck in deep. Has it in his skates as he takes it to the corner. Thunderbirds force it to the opposite corner as they try to push it up. Now LeBlanc picks it off. LeBlanc, force pass cross side and can't pull the trigger is Thompson as he goes back for it. Going to give it to Lemoyne, holds the line, gives it back to Thompson along the boards. Thompson walks in from the faceoff dot. He fires a high one. Now Weston chips in. Weston looking for some help from LeBlanc. LeBlanc up top here to Lemoyne. Lemoyne far side for Matthew Thompson. Tries to give it back. Weston has to step in there. Gives it along the wall here for Thompson. Thompson walks in, looks up top. There's a shot and there's a goal. Nice little pass. No chance for the Thunderbirds goalie on that one as number 5, Mikura Sidoruk, puts that one home on the one time. The Kings score in the power play with 5:10 remaining. It's 8-4. And the Kings will continue on the power play as a fresh 2 minutes put back up on the clock here from that 4-minute double minor to Steves. So I'll bring it back to center, wait for the official goal announcement, of course. And this faceoff as Copeland Cousins got all tied up there in the draw. Thunderbirds put it in deep. Minhinik out to plate, gonna leave it there for Romaine. Cade Romaine, far side here now for Frazier. With Frazier with some speed as he's up to the middle. He looks for the room to bring it inside here now on the short side. Gets forced to the corner, try to sidestep a check, lose the handle of the puck, but the Thunderbirds can't clear. Romaine holds the line, far side now. There's a shot, misses for the shot. It's his first of the season. So hats off, Mikura Sidoruk, his first of the season, the last regular season game. So good for him, even though it's hard to get it going with the Kings' 8th have this afternoon, but great to hear somebody get their first of the season. Now here comes the Kings again, a minute to go here in the power play. And it's Cope. Cope inside the line. He tries a little dangles, he gets taken down to the corner. Now loose puck. picked up by the Thunderbirds. Trying to chip on it here by Frazier. Maybe a short-handed opportunity here for the Thunderbirds on that far side, taking the shot, and able to stay with it is Minnick as he gets a shoulder on that, and it goes up off the glass into the netting and out of play. Nice short-handed rush as flying down there was Ryland Cousins, trying to find some room there on that short side. But the Kings goaltender able to hold up, stands tall between him and the post, and then knock it out of play. We'll get a face-off now on the far side. 45 seconds remaining here in the power play. Kings retrieve it and take it behind their own goal. Jacob Amiro sets a quick look up ice. He hands off to the far side there for Slavuta. He brings the puck inside the line. He spins off in the corner. Got to give it back to his defenseman. Amiro, he got to fire one. Check the curve on that stick as it sails way high. Thunderbirds look to clear. They're trying to pick it up from the corner. They left it going behind. His players all tied up as Neufeld. And now we'll have a quick conversation, see who the call is going to go with. The referee's arms up. And I think it is going to go against the Kings, as O'Shea and Neufeld were all tied up in the corner. And head contact is going to be the call. And O'Shea has a little bit of size there on Neufeld as they went down to the ice. So 4 minutes up on the clock now as the Kings will take their head contact penalty as number 34, Camden Chisholm, heads in the box with 3:22 to go. So we've got 4-on-4 hockey for 12 seconds. And then the Thunderbirds will head on the power play. As Amiro looks up ice here now. Hands it off to Corkum. Corkum looking to go for a skate. Corkum to the far side. He stops up at the penalized players in the box. So Thunderbirds on the power plays. The Kings going to kill some time. They bring it back in their own zone. They hand up to the middle. Corkum. He's going to send the puck down the length of the ice. As we hear the penalty call for head contact. Thunderbirds will start to move it up. They look to set up on the power play here as they bring the puck inside the zone. As losing the stick there was Weston. I remember he checked his stick earlier. They didn't quite get the shot off that he wanted. Thunderbirds trying to get past over front. O'Shea goes for a cross-ice pass, but it goes off his own teammate's skate. And they'll have to tag up here at their own blue line. They look to set up. O'Shea leaves it. Now Fortin is slowing down here a little bit as time's ticking down. Thunderbirds finally backhand one in deep. 2:45 remaining here in the power play. 2:07 here in the third period. From the corner, the Thunderbirds trying to set something up. Looking for any kind of momentum to go into tomorrow morning's game as they play early over on the island, 11 o'clock. And as we're talking to some of the parents, some of them are going to go back home to Moncton and then get up early and head across the bridge. Other ones are heading right over to the island from this game for the game over there versus the Dukes. 1:55 remaining in the third. As the Thunderbirds, depending how this power play goes, might finish the game on the power play. Kings get the draw. From behind their own goal now. They look up ice, trying to find some open ice. They chip one up ahead. It's picked up by Bias inside his own line. He hands it off. Now the Thunderbirds up through the middle. Pass picked up by Jackman. Jackman, 3 goals on the afternoon. Brings the puck in on the far side. Looking for a shorty. He's going to get pitched off along the boards. Thunderbirds step in, pick up a loose puck. Little drop pass inside the zone. Trying to find some daylight here through the neutral zone is Bias as he brings it in. He's here on the short side. He stops up in the corner. Looks to cycle it maybe back down low right by those Zamboni doors. Referee down low, yelling at him to move it. Player gets knocked down. You can hear him say it's loose. Jackman trying to step in to pick up a loose puck. He forces it to the far side. As Siderick going to look up ice. Moves it up. Maybe a chance here, short-handed. Grant Shelley fires a backhand as we're under a minute to go here now in the third. He misses wide on the short side. Thunderbirds again, back the other way. Going to bring it inside the line now. Look to hand off and reading that one was LeBlanc. LeBlanc trying to move it over as Thompson was trying to get a step. They force it in deep. Thunderbirds will pick up a loose puck. Almost 30 seconds remaining here now in the third. Thunderbirds hit the red line, dumping in deep. Thunderbirds still with it. They leave it for Fortin. Now drop pass up through the middle, trying to crash their way through it. It gets on Minahick, and he's able to make the save. Rebound's picked up by Romaine. Romaine gonna go for a skate now. Cade Romaine shorthanded as we get to the later stage. He fires one. That gets deflected and way up into the flags and out of play. So with 10 seconds to go, faceoff's gonna come back here into the Thunderbird zone as we will count this one down. Again, both teams will have their final games of the regular season tomorrow. Kings taking on the Highlanders up in Windsor. Thunderbirds will head over to PEI to take on the Dukes. And then we got playoffs. And as we know, in playoffs, anything can happen. Of course, it's best 2 out of 3. Except for in the other series, I believe they're 4 out of 5. And that'll do it as the horn's gonna go. Kings gonna take this one. Final score, 8-4. Final shots on goal, 41-35. And again, Mike Elliott here, High Button Sports. As if this is my last game for the Kings for the regular season. We'll see what happens here in the playoffs. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this season. Thank for all the kind words. Have a lot of fun up here in the booth. I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. Mike Elliott, High Button Sports. We'll see you everybody next game. Thanks again for watching.